Please note that after nearly a year, I've decided to stop accepting friend requests and adding people to my waiting list, as it's far too time consuming to manage these days. If you're currently on my waiting list, you will be added, so please be patient. In future, I will be giving away friend slots on my Discord channel instead. Thanks for understanding. What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday, it is Undefined Day, let's do it. Unfortunately, I was dumb. And at work this morning, I spent all of my raid shards and did all of my energy into more raid shards, and then I forgot that it was Thursday. So we have, and I forgot to do fishing as well. We only have 6 to play with. As I mentioned, I spent them all, so we've only got 6, so this is going to be a shorter video, but a video it will be nonetheless. Completely forgot that it was Thursday, because normally I go to work, and you know, I've got all of the raids built up from the previous night, and I've got all the energy built up from the previous night, sleeping and everything, so I've got 9 raid shards to do, and you know, like say 200 energy or something that's built up. So I usually just do them and then swap the energy for raid shards and do it all at work when I'm on break and all that sort of stuff. So I did that this morning, and then as soon as I did it, I'm like, it's Thursday. So anyway, I've waited till 5:52 PM to record this, so at least we have 6. And so we'll do 6. It's not a big deal, as like the new content is out on Saturday, so it's only like 1 hour and 1 day and like 15 hours or something until it comes out. So it's not far away now. This will be the last capture day of, well, tier 9. Not that we're actually doing tier 9 capture rate, but you know what I mean. And then, as we've talked about before in the last few weeks, depending on what the new schematics are and all that sort of stuff will dictate what we do next Thursday. So I'll probably have a look and have a chat to the guild and all the rest of it and find out what looks worth going for and stuff. And we might do that next Thursday. If not, we'll just keep going for Walkham. So we shall see. Now, it was my birthday yesterday. And I just caught up with a friend today and he bought me this, which is awesome. It's like a Deadpool wearing a chicken outfit. He's got like a chicken drumstick and a bucket of chicken. I thought that was amazing and I wanted to showcase that off, so that's super cool. He lives on my desk now. Yeah, so there you go. Either way, let's try and get a Duobomz. Once we get that, we can get the +4 Walkham, and then we need to do all of it again to get +5. It seems like it's been a while that we've been stuck on +3 going for +4, and it seems like we've just needed the Duobomz to do that. However, for the past 6 weeks or so, maybe 2 months, something like that, we've been going for Oxler, and we finally got it, which is great. So we don't need to do that anymore, and now we can focus back on Walkham. Once we get him to +5, we will make another one, so we have one to spare, and then we'll start working on Wall Digger and get a Zolofby, and I think that's all we need actually. No, we need Zolofby and, is it Captain Womboz or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's in the schematic. We'll start going for that, but probably more likely is we'll go for something from the new content, right? Like I said, we'll have to see what it is. So if there's something that's really good, we'll go for that. Otherwise, if there's, you know, nothing that's really jumping out at me, or something that's, you know, not attainable, if there's nothing that looks good or something that's unattainable, like a mythic or something, then we might just, you know, let that lie for the moment. But if there's something that looks nice and is obtainable, then we'll go for that. So we've got options. Thursday is the day that we have more options, right? So capture day, we can do anything. We can do stabling, we can go for new things, all that sort of stuff. Whereas Sunday, I don't find it's pretty much like gauntlet slash trial slash gauntlet and raid, right? And then if there's an expedition or invasion or something, then that as well. But it's basically like, you know, trial slash gauntlet, you do 2 of them fairly quickly, and there's just raids. So Thursday's good in the fact that we can vary it up. And, you know, once we get the thing we're looking for, we can go do something else. So we're never really doing the same thing too long. Although, with the Walkham stabling thing, we have been doing raid 2 and 4 for a long ass time. But, you know, that's the game and whatnot. And if I want to get +5 Walkham, then it's the only way to do it. And I do want to get +5. We're that close. You know, we're 2 Duobomz and 1 Driffin away from +5. So we can't really stop now, right? Because at the moment, we're +3. So if we're +3 now, and all we need is 2 Duobomz and a Driffin, we go to +5. It basically like skips +4 in a way. So yeah, we're that close. We may as well. Recently, I've heard talking about stabling and stuff. A lot of you have told me that you know you need like 1 or 2 fams to be +5 Wimbo and +5 Duobomz and all this good stuff. So you know you guys are killing it as far as that's concerned. So on to world boss. Sorry, recording. Yeah, that's really impressive. And I know a lot of you that are telling me that are like considerably less leveled than I am as well. So not that levels really make a difference, because once you unlock, no, I don't need you. Once you unlock the, you know, the raid or something you need. So for Wimbo, for instance, you can start stabling him at raid 2. So you know, effectively you could have a +5 Wimbo at like level 60. I mean, it's not going to happen, but it's technically viable. Like, it could happen, but it won't. But still, you know, that's still really impressive. 2 +5 any legendary at all, doesn't matter what it is dedication, right? And if you're doing that, then you're probably in this game for the long haul, right? So there's a lot of people that, you know, play, and then, you know, they play for a couple of months, and then they get, they don't want a legendary here. Well, I don't want a legendary at all. I mean, I'll take it, but whatever. It's epic material, I guess. Yeah, there's people that play for a bit and get bored and whatever, and I completely get that. You know, it's not for everyone. But the people that are trying to stable stuff and, you know, all this sort of thing, they're the people that are in for the long haul. So to everybody that is close to their +5, whatever it be, good luck, and we're doing it together, right? So I've been looking for a tank for ages, like a tank that I am settled on, and you know, we've gone through, and I've got Duobomz and Meaty and Roleska and Gummy and Fatty and all these guys, but none of them are stabled. So like Duobomz's good, and Duobomz +5 is like really good, but I never bothered stabling him, and I probably just should have, to be honest. But we now got Oxler, whatever his name is. So not stabled. I'm never going to stable him, because screw that. But he's really good, so I'm happy with that. So I did get a question recently. I think it was the same person. I never remember who's who in the comments section. So I remember the comments, but I never, because there's so many comments, I never remember who it is. So whoever this is, it's not like I chose to forget who you are. It's just, I'm sure you understand anyway. I just get so many comments that I never remember who's who. Anyway, they were saying that they are, you know, a few fams off +5 Wimbo, and they have Zoloby. And then I said, well, I'm like a few fams off +5 Walkham, and I've got a Oxleroth. Wimbo and Walkham are comparable, and Oxleroth and Zoloby are comparable. So that's pretty cool. We're in the same position. So the difference being, Wimbo has 200% crit chance, but has a spread heal, and then Walkham has 30% in power chance and has a spread heal. But Walkham also has the damage random enemy thing, which hits like a truck. Wimbo has something else, I can't remember. So I think Walkham just edges out Wimbo as like the better fam, but like very slightly, right? I think. Again, I'm not, you know, I don't know all the different mathematical things and da-da-da. I'm sure there's people out there that will tell me wrong and whatnot. You know, there's always people on the internet that want to prove others wrong. But in my opinion, I think Walkham just outshines Wimbo, but they're both pretty good. They both have low stamina is the only problem. They die quickly, but they do a lot of damage and they do a lot of healing. Either way, then Zoloby and Oxleroth are comparable. They both have 60% block chance and a fair bit of stamina. I think Zoloby has more stamina but less power, and Oxleroth has less stamina but more power. We can compare them right now, actually. So let's compare Wimbo as well. So if we go to Familiars, Fusion, I mean, this is still capture rate type of thing. So if we go down to Walkham, he has 30% in power chance. He has the spread heal, he has the target enemy, and he has the random. I use the random a buttload in PvP and in the boss of, well, the boss battle of Trials / Gauntlet. I use this a lot. And hope that it hits one of the other dudes, not the boss, because if it does, it's pretty much one-shots him, or if he gets him very close to one-shotting him. And then he's got Execute, which I don't think I've ever used ever, because it's 2 SP, and especially if you're on auto, Like, he's got 3/1 SP moves that basically this never goes off. Anyway, so he's got a target ability, and he's got this random thing, which is awesome, and then he's got the spread heal. Wembo, wherever he is, down here somewhere, there he is, has the spread heal, the 2 SP target enemy, and he's got the damage to the closest. Oh, 300% crit damage though, so that's huge. So the spread heal, you know, is the main thing because you want them to be healers, but I think because of the 1 SP target and 1 SP random thing, that Walkham like slightly edges him out. He's got basically 2k power. Walkham has 2.5. Okay, yeah, so Walkham is better, we'll say, definitively. But if you have either of them, you're in good shape, especially early on, you know? Like, there's, like, I think Goblin, I think his name is a better healer overall and stuff, but then you need 5, like, legendary rare, like, Oxler type things to +5 him and stuff, so these two are really good. Then if we compare Zolofby, wherever he is, this one? Yeah, there he is. Zolofby to Oxleroth, we can see, initially we'll just do the stats. He's got 1k damage, 2k stamina, and basically 1k speed. So it's 1k, 2k, 1k. So if we now go down to Oxleroth, he has 1.2, 1.5, 1, basically. So he does a little bit more damage, but he's not as tanky in the fact of stamina, but they both have 60% block chance. So if we go into Oxleroth, we can see that he has the 1 SP target, and he has drain attack, and then whatever else he's got, heals target, teammate, and all that. I pretty much don't use these. I use these two. I use him to heal himself with the drain and the 1 SP target. Whereas if we go to Zolofby, he has, wherever he is, there he is, he has spread heal, which is for 1 SP, which is kind of cool. And he has deal the damage to furthest. So whereas Oxler has a 1 SP target enemy, Zolofby has a 1 SP heal. So if you're running, say you're running Zolofby, like this friend in the comments, say he's running Zolofby and a +5 Wembo, he's got a lot of healing to deal with. He's got the Wembo healing, and then if he wants to, he's also got Zolofby healing. So Zolofby and Oxleroth are comparable. Zolofby's more defensive, Oxleroth's more offensive. So if you're going for, start a raid while we're talking about shit. If you're going just for a pure tank, like you want the tankiest of tanks out of the two, then you want Zolofby. But if you want a tank that's 60% block chance, it's still really good, and you know, like 1500 stamina is not the most, but it's still, you know, okay. But he's got the 1 SP damage, target damage, which is really good for picking people off. And he's also got the drain health thing to keep him alive. So again, they're both really good. I think Zolofby probably just outshines Oxleroth as the better fan. So I would say Walkham is slightly better than Wembo, and Zolofby is slightly better than Oxleroth. Is in my opinion, at least. So if you had a Zolofby and a Walkham, then that's probably the ideal combo out of those 4 at least. But the reason I went for Oxleroth is pretty obvious. Like, I had 2 Astaroth, I still have 1, but I had no Oxler. Whereas for Zolofby, I don't have a Zol or a Bully. So to get Zolofby, I would have had to go and get a Zol, and then I would have had to go, which is, you know, going to take some time for, you know, the boss to come up for Persuasion and bribe it. So that's not only is it going to take a while, but it's also going to cost me 1600 gems. And then I'm going to have to do Bully, and as we know for Oxler, it takes freaking forever for those guys to show up, and then that's another 1600 gems. So not only am I going to have to catch 2 legendaries, one of which is super rare, the other one's like super rare, it's also going to cost me 3.2k gems, whereas Oxler only cost me 1600 gems and about a year and a half of my life. So yeah, but either way, I'm happy with it. I'm sure I will make another tank at some point. But, you know, whether he ends up being my main tank for a while or just, you know, for a couple of weeks until the new content comes out, or I should say a couple of months until, you know, the new content comes out and there's another tank and I start working towards him, we don't know. It's all going to be found out in a few days. But I'm just happy as a personal achievement for getting him because, yeah, like I said, Oxler on and off have been trying for a year and a half at least. Probably more, but at least a year and a half. And to finally get him is one of those like super satisfying things, right? I think I compared it last week when we fused him to like a really hard boss in a game or something. I mean, it's not really, because you don't get stuck on a boss for a year and a half, and if you do, then fucking props to you for playing a boss for 1.5 years trying to beat it. But let's, you know, like the cliche Dark Souls thing, right? Dark Souls is a hard game, you get stuck on a boss, you know, you might spend a couple of hours on it and then put the game down. It's a couple of hours the next day, you put the game down, and then you pick it up the next time and you do it. It's just like, shit, yes, I did it. Holy crap, this is amazing. Like, the thing I've been stuck on forever, I did it. And yeah, that was it. So, you know, however good they are, whatever you're going for, it's still satisfying when you finally get it, right? Because you've been trying so long. That's the gist of what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it'll be the same when we do +5 Walkham, right? Like I said, there's only 2 Duobomz and a Griffin off doing that, so it's not particularly far away. So when we finally do that, it'd be like, oh, something I've been working, I don't know, a while, 8 months on, maybe? You know, will finally come to fruition, and we'll have the +5. And you can't get better than +5, like, that's it. They are saying that they're going to make a change to the familiars in the new content. No one knows. I had a bit of a speculation kind of idea as what would be cool to happen. I have 0.1. I have as much percentage faith in it happening as Oxler has a chance of coming up for Persuasion. About the branching paths and all that sort of stuff. It won't happen. It would be freaking cool if it did, but it won't. What they could do, which has just come to me, is increase the +5 to like +10 or something. That would kind of suck, actually. I wouldn't like that at all, because it takes so long to get something to +5, unless you know, like, again, I'm talking free to play, or like chucking a few dollars in once every, you know, month or a couple of months or something, like, not whale, but basically whenever I talk about anything, I'm not talking about whales, because they're in their own league, right? But to get +5 of something is like a real investment in, like I was saying before at the start of the video, or near the start of the video, like, if you do that, you're committed to the game, right? You're not just going to +5 something and then walk away from the game a week later. Like, it takes ages, and so you're invested in the game, you're in for the long haul. So to get that and everything, and then them to make it +10, it really just benefits the whales, because the whales, they already probably got enough to +8 something. You know, so say Walkham, right? If a whale has a +5 Walkham, they probably also, you know, got a couple of Griffins and Duobomz and stuff in reserve. It's like, oh, +10 has come out, ding, 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 oh, +8 already. So it's going to kind of benefit the people that pay a shitload of money. Whereas, you know, the people free to play and you know, the people that just throw a little bit of money in there, it's going to dick us around, because, you know, eventually we're going to get that +5 and we're going to be content with it. For them to then throw out a higher tier, I mean, it's good in the fact that it makes your familiar stronger and stuff, but yeah, it's a bit of a dick move. I really, really, really hope they don't do that. Let me know what you think, actually. Whether you think like going to like a +10 or something is something you would want, or you think it's, you know, a good move or a good idea or anything like that. Yeah, I personally think it's no good, no good. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference, because if you've got +5, you still got +5. It just means that what you had maxed, and it was the very best of the best, and if you were going up against someone else with +5 Walkham, like, they're both fully upgraded. So obviously your TS and stuff skews it and scales and all the rest of it, but you both have the top tier, absolutely max upgraded familiar, the same thing. Whereas if they put it +10, you know, you've got this 5, and then if they upgrade it to 10, like, it's going to be so much better than yours. And yeah, like I said, considering how long it takes to get to +5. Anyway, I think we've talked about that topic to death, right? But let me know if you think that would be a good thing or a bad thing. Because I don't know what they're going to do with the familiars. Like, they said they're going to change it or add a feature, or I can't remember what the wording was, but I've been thinking a lot about it, actually. That's probably the thing I've thought about most out of the new stuff, because they said that they're going to swap up, not swap up, sorry. They're going to switch up and, like, mix up, I should say, Trials and Gauntlet, and they're going to alter PvP, and they're going to alter GVG, and indirectly PvP and GVG will be altered via the familiar change, as will Trials and Gauntlet. So that's why I've been thinking about the familiar changes more than anything else because it kind of influences everything else. So dungeons and raids and world bosses, I guess, are done by the player and their friends group, right? So, you know, raid, there's me and 4 other dudes. But if you're doing flags, if you're doing Trials Gauntlet, if you're doing PvP, not GVG, sorry, PvP, all this stuff is familiar based. So having really good familiars is important. And depending on what they change and mix it up, that's going to then alter PvP and Trials Gauntlet and flags and all that stuff. Indirectly, or actually directly. So yeah, I think that the familiar changes is going to be the big one, and the one that's going to matter more. But it's not too far away. So when you're watching this, it'll be out on Friday. So tomorrow will be the new content. Speaking of new content, I've mentioned this in a couple of previous videos and stuff. I will be. Oh, we're out. There we go. That was kind of quick. Well, 20 minutes. Yeah, it is a bit quick. I will be doing. As far as like schedule content stuff, I will be doing either one big long video or maybe a few chopped up videos depending on how long it takes and what there is to talk about. I would probably prefer to do one big video, and there's a bunch of people out there that are like, do longer videos. So I think maybe I'll just do one big video. I'll do, first of all, we'll see what's new, right? And we'll probably have a little bit of a chat about that. And then we'll probably continue chatting about that while we do all the flags and dungeons. So we'll see what's new. We'll go over everything that we can see, at least, like that we notice. So there'll be patch notes and all that sort of stuff. So we'll read through them and then we'll have a chat and then we'll do the flags and dungeons. As I mentioned, each flag, I'll probably just auto, and then when it gets to the boss, I will manual it. So you guys can see if you're in a lower tier or if you're in tier 9 now and you're ready for tier 10 but you're not max TS, or you don't know if you'll be able to complete it or whatnot. I'll go through the bosses slowly and so you guys can see like the strats to beat it or whatever, providing I beat them. I doubt I wouldn't, but anyway, we'll go through the bosses slowly. Then we will unlock the raid. Then we'll go through the raid on normal, and we'll go through the raid on hard, and we'll go through the, well, maybe we won't go through the raid on heroic. I was going to say go through the raid on heroic just to see how far we get, but that's a waste of a raid shard, right? I may as well, providing I can complete it on hard, I may as well just keep doing hard. So that's the thing. We'll go through the information, we'll do the flags and dungeon, and we'll do the raid. If there's, we'll probably have a look at the PvP and the gauntlet as well, or trial, whatever it is. But that's all going to be connected to the new stuff, right? So we'll have a look at them, we'll have a look at the familiar changes, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be pretty long video. I would love to stream it, but my internet's crap. I've had a lot of questions about that. You're going to stream new content? You're going to stream new content? I can't because my internet's horrible. I wish I could, but I am moving house in the next month, 2 months, hopefully by mid-April. So in the next month and a bit. And then I will have much better internet and will most likely be able to stream, so that should be good. But that will be, that big probably one video will come out on Sunday. Then Sunday there will be Sunday item find like normal, and then for the new content at least, and then that will come out on Monday. And then starting Tuesday we will start the brand new PS4 God of War playthrough let's play thing. So that'll be on Tuesday. So new content stuff on Sunday, item find on Monday, and then God of War will start on Tuesday. And that is the schedule, well, at least the bit here schedule for the upcoming content and new stuff. So there we go. Hopefully, no, I've explained all that. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, not too far away now. In fact, it is, at the time of recording this at least, 1 day and 16 hours away. So yeah, pretty close. Either way, that is another Thursday capture rate done. No Duobomz, unfortunately. We did get the blue dog come up for persuasion. We didn't need him, we didn't get him, so no loss there. But yeah, that's, you know, not important. The new content's the important thing, and that will be soon. So I will see you on Saturday, which will be Sunday for you, with all the new stuff, and pretty excited about it. Either way, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.